name's Sarah Hallett and I'm a solicitor in the criminal defence team here at Churches, and I'm based at the Portsmouth office. I represent all clients, all ages, both at the police station and at the magistrates court. I'm here to talk about the differences that there are in the youth court as opposed to the adult courts, and also the impact that turning 18 can have during the course of criminal proceedings. We regularly get asked the impact that turning 18 will have during the course of a case, and recently this is becoming more and more of an issue. Ultimately it's becoming more of an issue now due to particularly lengthy police investigations and also due to very limited court availability, also the backlog that there is due to the COVID-19 pandemic as well. Essentially, a child who turns 18 whilst their case is being heard, but after their first appearance can continue to have their case heard in the youth court. However, if a child was to turn 18 before their first appearance, then they would hear and their case would be dealt with in the adult magistrates court and then the Crown Court, where cases are dealt with very differently to the way in which they are in the youth court. Although that is the case, the sentencing options available to the court depend upon the date on which a child or young person is convicted of an offence. So whether they plead guilty or they're found guilty, it's the date of conviction that's relevant. If they are convicted whilst they are under 18, the sentencing options available to the court are the sentencing options available for a youth. Whereas if they turn 18 before they're convicted or plead guilty, then they would be sentenced as an adult. The youth court process is very different to that in the adult court. The adult court is much more formal, whereas in the youth court the focus really is towards crime prevention rather than punishment in the case of a child, a young person. In addition, there are a number of adjustments that are made during the courtroom and during the court procedure that are made dependent upon the age of the defendant. For example, anonymity applies in youth court proceedings. In addition, there are a wider range of out-of-court disposals available for youths, and also the sentencing options available in the youth court are much greater than in the adult magistrates court. Delays in the system are unacceptable, but unfortunately they are becoming more and more common in recent years due to lengthy investigations and due to the backlogs that there are. The reality is that when a child turns 18, they lose many of the protections that are available to them when they are a youth. But ultimately that's something that we, specialist youth solicitors, have to deal with to ensure that their best interests are met. Here at Churches we have a big team of criminal defence specialist solicitors. A number of us also specialise particularly in representing young people and children. It's really important that youths or their parents or guardians get in contact with us at the earliest possible stage during police investigations or during proceedings, so that we can help them, advise them every step of the way, ensure that their best interests are represented throughout.